because y'all know my internet wouldn't let me be great. So every time I tried to upload, sometimes it would just not be doing the right thing. So now we're setting up and we should be redirecting to my, because y'all know my internet wouldn't let me be great. So every time I tried to upload, sometimes it would just not be doing the right thing. So now we're setting up and we should be redirecting to my, because y'all know my internet wouldn't let me be great. So every time I tried to upload, sometimes it would just not be doing the right thing. So we're setting up and we should be redirecting to my, okay, it's working. All right. It is live now on YouTube, Power Hour Train Hard or Go Home on Janae Pitts, the travel vet. So for anyone who missed it, they can go straight to my, YouTube and they can see it. All right, so let's get started. All right, so as we were talking about, I'm gonna share my screen. Which one am I sharing? Is it Google? Yes. And I'm sorry, I got a lot of stuff open. Let me close out some stuff. Close out some stuff so things can be good. Okay. All right. Okay. So these phenomenal ladies went over and they did a Eventbrite for a cruise. And they asked me to look over it. So overall, they did an amazing job. They started out with this video. Share it.
A tour of the Carnival Glory. If you love cruising, this is the place for ship tours, vlogs, tips, parodies, and a whole lot more. So make sure you subscribe to the channel with that notification bell turned on. The Glory joined the Carnival fleet in 2003 as the second of 5 Conquest-class ships, and though she has sailed from Miami, New York, and Norfolk, she now calls New Orleans home. Glory was dry docked in 2021 for general maintenance, where she was the second ship to receive Carnival's new red, white, and blue livery that was first introduced on Mardi Gras. Glory has a gross tonnage of 110,000. She's 952 feet long with 13 passenger decks and a capacity for 2,980 passengers.
So you guys, this is an amazing video. It's about 13 minutes long, but within even the first couple of minutes, it gives people what they want to know, like about that ship. So it starts out with some impactful information. So it makes people want to keep looking at it like, okay, yeah, that's what I want to know. So they started out with the video, and that's why I always like videos are great. They are amazing. They're better than to me pictures. So if you're able to find a good video, and y'all saw that it was all Carnival, so it was great. Congratulations to you guys for finding an amazing video. So this is set selling of December 16, 2024. So they're already projecting their fourth quarter a year out. Fourth quarter already out the gate. That's what I'm talking about. If you don't have your trips already scheduled for 2024, you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You got to at least have one. And you go ahead and be honest, and I promise I'm going to help you. Who does not have a trip scheduled for 2024? Who wants to have a trip scheduled for 2024?
Me.
Listen to me. Miss Renee? Miss Hudson? Or who?
Now, I don't have one, but I got my link, my wait list link.
Okay. Kim, Katrina. I do, but I want one. You want one, Kim? You do or what? I'm confused. Or some. Oh, you want, okay, okay. So here's something. First and foremost, I know Michelle, yeah, who else collaborate with all of you guys? 3 of you guys, right? Collaborate on.
Yeah, Michelle was the ringleader. She's the one that kind of guided me and Audrey through the whole thing. So we had no clue of what Eventbrite, entails. So, but Michelle just took it and we just followed her lead.
Absolutely. Nothing to it but to do it, right?
Yes.
Look, already out with years, and that's what it is. So this is a training call, but it's also where you can collaborate with each other. So Kim, there's the bias out there already. That's why I was like, I got one out there for you already. Now Gail and them got another one out there. That's a cruise that's in December. If you speak nice to them, maybe they'll let you join them. I don't know. You have to have that conversation, right? Because it's all about selling those cabins when it's at the end of the day, right, Gail? How many cabins y'all got?
Right. 5 on each category. 5, 5, and 5.
And you know that Carnival just changed the way that they're doing things with those with the bookings, because at first it was a little bit crazy. Folks were losing their cabins, and so now they've done a better way to help people make sure that they have cabins. So again, get in where you fit in. And then now you heard Miss Renette. I already know she is having Greece that she has me looking at for next year. And then we're going to do South Africa. So everybody should, on this call, at least have one trip. And right now we're in October. So if you're planning, it needs to be for November and December of next year. The reason why, you always want to give them how many? At least 12 months out. At least out to at least get a few people out there. Now we're going into the 4th quarter, which is not the end quarter for me. It's like, it's time to run. Because why? Black Friday. This is for Ms. Gail and anybody who already has a trip out for 2024. Your Black Friday deal should be half off, 50% off your booking, or buy one, get one half off. Y'all work that out too. And y'all probably like, well, how does that work, Janae? If you've done an upcharge and cultural holidays for enough money of, like, for example, $400, which is a $12,000 per trip for 30 people. Even if you do half off and you get, half of, what I'm saying, a little bit of half off, that's not going to hurt your pockets that much with that commission, right? You have to have, but that's how I do the promos. So like, if I see, okay, I'm about to make this much commission, I just got off a group Zoom today and we were working out the markup for March, right? And so she was like, okay, it's like 800 per room is where we're at, because she wants 4 of her people to be able to go for free, which is $8,600. So I'm like, the minimum is an upcharge of $400 per person so that she can get 4 people to go for free, to include herself and her daughter. Okay. So understanding how you can finagle and make it work and then work out your commission at the same time is something that you have to do the math for. It might hurt your head for a minute, but after you do it, it'll be worth it, because then it'll sell out. Because then you're like, oh, buy one, get half off. That's a Black Friday deal for real. And it only lasts for Black Friday. And then I don't ever like to promote on Cyber Monday, because guess who killed Cyber Monday? Who be killing the game on Cyber Monday? Who already got that online?
Amazon.
Yeah. No one's going to be paying attention to you.
And nobody.
On Amazon trying to get what they can get. So go ahead and maximize on Friday, because people don't want to go outside and fight with them crazy folks no more. They got used to ordering online, and now they're just searching for online deals on Black Friday. Anything that comes up that tickles their fancy. So put your stuff out there. This is the one time I would tell you, boost your post. If you don't have a Facebook following, you know, and your numbers are not large, boost your posts. What that's going to do is make sure you select, you know, I want to say rich counties in your area. Y'all know what area y'all live in. If you want to deal with your state in your backyard, every county is known to be one of, you know, a rich county. Tracy, what is it for Jackson? Is it Jackson in the county that Jackson is? Is that the rich county?
No, it would be Madison.
Madison County. I think in Georgia, Atlanta, is it Cobb or is it the Clayton? I forget. It's one of them, whoever's in Atlanta, but every state has a county that's rich. So you can Google that, you know, and then when it asks you about destinations, as far as like it'll say, well, what zip code or what city and state that you want, be very specific. You can put the county, like the town of a county, whatever's in Madison. What's the town in Madison, Tracy?
Bloodstadt. Actually, the town is called Madison as well.
Because I would have been putting in Jackson, and Jackson may not have no pockets like Madison. So I'm gonna put in Madison, Mississippi, because then it's going to go to people on Facebook who are in Madison, Mississippi, and their pockets may run a little deeper than the pockets in Jackson. Y'all see what I'm saying? Make it work and be strategic about it. Same thing for Instagram. Look, if you want to keep it in your backyard, like if you want to keep it in your state. If you don't want to keep it in your state, you still do the same thing for all states around. You know, you still do it. Like if wherever your trip is flying, like if you're doing Dubai trip, right, for example, and they're going to fly out of where it's closer, JFK, or if you want to, in the Cali group, you guys, if y'all want to pick LAX, y'all California, y'all got some rich counties in California all throughout. Shoot, y'all got a whole world country over there. So y'all can pick and choose. I know I have done some in California just to kind of, that's how I learned is when I first learned how to do this was picking counties in California, and they were saying, see the example of what this county has and the projection and how much money, right? But if you actually live in that state, you really know. And then it makes it easier for those people also when you post it or boost it, then they're like, oh, they can fly to LAX or they can fly out of JFK, you know, kind of like thinking those type deals. So again, boost your post and be strategic about where you want to put it as far as like the destination to make it very centric to you. And you'll be amazed at how many hits you get. So for these young ladies, they're on Eventbrite. And I always say, go for Eventbrite, right? So we look at it, we got the festive seascape, we got the destination, we got the port, the location, the 3 days, and then it says get tickets, right? So I'm going in here. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys right here is please click to book your cruise, edit this and take this one out. Because if they click here, guess what? They're gonna not be clicking here. And when they click here on get tickets, you're gonna get some information from me. But if they click here, you're not gonna get that information. Y'all know that information I'm talking about? What's the big purpose of doing Eventbrite?
To get the emails.
To get that email. So
Yeah.
if you are out there ahead of time, ladies, there click on won't know. So like I can take this right here
And delete
I
that
I can copy, you know, whatever if I'm fancy, and I can take that and I can go and put it on over here. I ain't even got to look because you told me to click here. So I'm gonna pull it up and look. I just went straight to it without even putting my email in. So you guys probably have some people in there, but they just stop right there. So take that out. And then that way that forces them to go to get tickets. Look at this beautiful site, y'all. Isn't it? They did an amazing job. This is well done, ladies. Well done. And
Thank you.
Can y'all tell them where y'all got y'all content and information from?
Michelle? So
We went to Go CCL and we did a group booking first. So we used the contract to get like the cancellation policy and stuff like that. The pictures I Googled that ship name. And it brought up pictures for that ship name, and that information came straight from there. I just copy and paste it.
Good job. It looks good, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Looks really good. I'm gonna tell y'all, does anybody use your IntelliTravel cruise portal engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all about to get y'all pictures from there too.
Hmm.
You can go straight there, and all this information is right there too. Like, I really thought that's where y'all got this from. I was like, oh my gosh, they did an amazing job. It looks much better on yours. They have all this on your not GoCCL. They have it on GoCCL too, but they also have it in your IntelliTravel cruise search engine where they break all down. That's where I really thought y'all got it from, because it looks really good, the pictures and everything. So good job, ladies. There's always more than one way.
Thank you.
I
All
have
right.
a question, Janae.
Mm-hmm.
On Eventbrite, right there where you told them to take out that link,
Mm-hmm.
could they put their link for HubSpot to get that information?
Right, but you don't want them to do that because they're already on Eventbrite, and this is why, because I'm gonna hit get tickets, right?
Okay.
And the reason, like Ms. Renette said, the purpose is to not only visibility of your trip, but to make people give you your email. So right here, the sales ended November 2nd, 2023. You guys, our sales end on November 2nd, 2023, and they have them all broken down by the room types of what they have. And inferior, 4F, 6B, and the 6B is the category. Some cruisers are really big about that. They like want to know. So it was good that they put it in. Like non-cruisers, they may not know what that is, and they don't even care. But the cruisers be like, okay, I see it. Okay. So they gave them 3 options. They gave them a low, they gave them a mid, and then they gave them a balcony view. Absolutely amazing. So now if I want to say I want to go balcony, then my total is 0 because the information is free, right? But the purchase will cost you, right? The information is free, but the purchase, the product, it's going to cost you. So now this is your answer to your question, Ms. Kim. Right here, there's no reason for HubSpot because the purpose of HubSpot is to get the email too. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to type in my, which one? So many. Let's put in this one. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna type this in, JP at Ultimate Sky Travel. Choose the one I'm gonna miss. Am I miss? Miss, yeah, divorce miss. Okay. And then my phone number popped up. They put those asterisks by there, those red things, just like HubSpot. And then I also remember, Eventbrite is a total different network other than HubSpot. I can give y'all my cell phone number. And then it filled in my address for them, boom, boom, boom. And then they want to know if I'm a female, and then I register. Boop. Okay, so now that was the front part. Now let's see what this looks like. I did it before already, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the flip side when you now, see my Gmail just went off, but it don't go off on my this computer. Okay, so I'm gonna do it later. I'm gonna get my tickets, and right, boom, right here it says get tickets. Thank you, dear client, for choosing our cruise adventure. This is what they put in the message. I'll be telling y'all to put that message in, and what's the first thing that people will see. We're thrilled to have you on board for an unforgettable cruise journey. That was right to the point. The ticket got sent to here. Here's the date, here's the location, and then I get to follow them, right? So then I got to sign in and all that other stuff. But stay in the know every time that, I already followed them on the last one, but every time now that anybody follows you on Eventbrite, every time you kick off an event, they're going to get notified. So every trip that you do and they signed up, going to get notified. So I always say there's a method to this madness, y'all. It's all about keeping people in and building that email list. But Eventbrite makes it a lot more easier too, because they'll get ping, red diamond destination just posted. Red. So if you are following IntelliTravel on Eventbrite, if you're not, you need to, because, and Vacation Express. The reason why Vacation Express use Eventbrite is to drop fam trips. But ITQ, they dropped the pre and the post. Did y'all get that pre and that post email? Some people might have got it, some people might not have gotten it. Some people might have missed it in their email. But guess what? If you were following Vacation Express on Eventbrite, you would have got an alert to say Vacation Express just dropped something. IntelliTravel just dropped something. So I follow both, and it helps me better than checking my email because I get my alerts to my phone and I'll be like, oh, they just dropped something. Then I'll go immediately see what it is. Because when Vacation Express drops something and then IntelliTravel drops something, I know it got to be a trip. And it's over, well, how many, 98,000 plus of us right now. So I'm just like, let me hurry up before this sell out. So that's another tip for you guys. All right. So now I'm going to go check my email because there's something I want to share with them and share with you guys. When I saw the message that they sent, because here we go, Eventbrite order, that's how it comes in. My order confirmation, Janae, you've got tickets, go to my tickets. This is what it looks like. Okay, so Monday, I got the information, the dates, and then here's the information of my order summary. That's right here, but the additional information is where we're at. It says the event organizer has provided the following information. This is the message I tell you, like if you have anything more detailed that you want to share with the people who book on your link, then this is where you want the information to go. And they did an amazing job. They said, we're thrilled to confirm your reservation for the Festive Seascape Escape on December 16th. Attaches your booking confirmation for reference. If you have any questions, contact us at Red Diamond Destination. They drop their number. Woo-hoo. We look forward to hosting you on an unforgettable voyage. And then this right here is where you drop the Travel Joy link.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Because y'all just got my email, you got my telephone number, so I can get this right here. And then I got to cook it. But if you give me the goods beforehand,
Yeah.
process.
Okay.
Yep. So this is really good. Y'all did amazing, great job. I wanted to share and I asked permission. Could I share it with you guys? Ms. Gail said yes. I bet you she thought I wasn't even paying attention, but I was. But I just thought it was too good to pass up to not share it with somebody else who may not have done it yet and may not can see the whole process. And so we just saw the whole process, why it's important to drop the link inside of the email versus before the email, because you want to get that email. So congratulations. Good job.
Oh, great. Thank you. I want to
All right.
probably also thank Michelle because we spent hours. She can tell you because driving Michelle crazy and putting this together. And I'm like, oh God, I appreciate her patience because this is all new to me and Audrey. So, I want to thank Michelle publicly for all the time and the stress we put her through.
Look at Michelle. Michelle, I like on you.
She's an angel, you guys.
But when I talked to Michelle, I knew she had it automatically. I just need to see the final product, and it was everything I thought it would be. Amazing. I only had to. Boom, you did it, girl.
Thank
So
she is a booking queen.
look clean, right? Looking forward to me. Call you back, mama. Not my mama, but another one. Y'all know if it's my mama, I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all hold one. This is my mommy. Hold on. Okay. All right. So now I know who else? Someone else asked me to go back to the basics, and I will. But first, before that, I promised this Africa trip, right? And so I want to do my due diligence and do that because we've been overdue to make sure people had some questions or didn't get it started or missed it, right? So how many have done your Africa trip or looking to do the Africa trip? Raise your hand with the little emoji thingy. That's the little emoji, under reactions. Okay. Kai. Cool. All right. Anybody have their Africa trip done, but got some questions about it, haven't published it, concerned about it, kind of trying to see where we at. Okay, so let's get to the basics of how we do the 4-step process, which the first step of the process is always what? HubSpot, right? How many of you are not comfortable with HubSpot or just need to go over a brief overview of capturing that email for that waiting list? So like right now, you're working on your South Africa trip for whenever it's going to be, but then you want to drop that waiting list so they can just sign up, for the information. Because I remember we did it, but let's just go to the basics, do a recap really quick. Gonna go share my screen. I'm gonna go to HubSpot. Let me first go over here. Anybody have any questions while I go to the HubSpot? Speak now, forever hold your peace. What? We ain't talked in a minute and y'all ain't got no questions. Say that so. Don't believe it. Y'all being shy. HubSpot. For those who absolutely catch this in YouTube live stream and you, hey, this is how I be all the time. Let's see, like, yeah. Oh, it saved my information. Let's see if it saved the right information. We asked for a code, we log in from the unrecognized. Okay, here we go. Got a code. Man, this 2-step verification, y'all. It be getting on my nerves sometimes. I know for travel, Joanne and teletravel. Not HubSpot. But HubSpot does it for when they don't recognize you. All right, let me see if this is the right. Okay, yeah, it's the right one. So I can share it with you guys. All right. All right, so we have a 4-step process when booking a trip. HubSpot is the first one. What's the second step, y'all? I know y'all in substance then, but indulge me. HubSpot is first, you get in the waiting list. And then what's the second phase that we work on while we got our HubSpot out there?
Travel joy.
Travel joy. Woo, woo, way to go. Okay, so here we go. South Africa, July 12th, 2023. May 10th, 2023. So let's go with the one on May 10th, 23. If you guys, everybody got a HubSpot account, I'm assuming. If you are new and you don't have one, let us know so we can put it in the chat, the HubSpot, but it's www.hubspot.com. And then while we going through this, you can be signing on. So don't feel like you're left out, okay? All right, so for overview purposes, when you go into HubSpot, you're gonna go into marketing. No matter where you at the very top, they're gonna have contacts, conversation, marketing, sales tools, services, different things at the very top. You don't pay attention to that, you just focus on marketing. Marketing and landing pages, that's where you're gonna go, landing pages. That's where I'm at right now. And if you have any previous landing pages, it's gonna show here the landing pages that you have. So on this page, I got 16 of 20 landing pages have been created for this account. I can unlock unlimited landing pages by using my CRM starters because they give you 20 for free. But then after that, they want to charge you. But it's no big deal because if you're doing four trips a quarter, right? You should be progressing, like removing them out, just duplicating them and keeping them for the next year. So like my Bali trip is for May of next year. I already did May of 2023. Dubai trip is already out. Greece is out. And now South Africa. So all these other ones are just like tests and I can delete them. So I'm not in danger. You will not be in danger of having to pay. So don't pay. Just use your 20. Go for free. And make it just duplicate and change the time, the dates, and that's all we're doing, right? So I'm gonna go into this South Africa so you can see what it looks like and why we do what we do when it comes to it. So this is what it looks like overview. Have my logo at the top. I did a collage with the different pictures because there were also many on the free stock photo pixel, P-E-X-E-L. That's what we use mostly. There were so many of Africa. It was so beautiful. They were all free. See the images? I couldn't just decide on one. This time I just did a collage. And I keep my tags the same. I keep it simple. I don't change anything. If you got this format for the same of a previous trip, which you should have, all I did, we start out our trips, you don't want to miss it. You can change it how you want to. But then I'm just changing the verbiage right here. Escape to the vibrant nation of South Africa this September for an unforgettable getaway with this stunning landscape, diverse wildlife, and rich culture. Ooh, great, good stuff. Book your September getaway now and discover the magic of this remarkable country. I have to change my dates because I'm already got another trip in September that I was like, oops, double booked myself. Can you do it? Absolutely. But do I want to do all them trips at the same time? Absolutely. I do not. Especially if I ain't got a coordinator doing one of them. I'm going to Dubai, so I don't have anybody for South Africa. I want to be that person for South Africa, so I'm not having anybody go in my place. So here I want the email, first name, last name, phone number, and then join the waiting list. Then right here, if they want to connect with my Facebook, they can, my Instagram, my Twitter, they can email me, and they can even find me on TikTok, just in case they want to know a little bit more about it. A landing page is a quick version. If you don't have a website, don't worry about it because they can still connect with you and find out who you are and whether or not you're trustworthy and what's going on with you. If they click on your individual sites too, they can see it for themselves if they're trying to research who you are, okay? So this is the landing page and it's very generic, very generic. So now we have someone who hasn't, Michelle, you haven't, but I know Miss Audrey, Miss Barbara is very good at HubSpot. She has some amazing pages. So I know she knows it. Gail, have you done HubSpot too? You've done HubSpot too. I've seen yours.
Yeah, I think I did it once. Yeah.
I know Miss Barbara be on it. Like she had her, she done it a few times. Miss Barbara, are you on here tonight? Miss Audrey I gave Miss Audrey on here? Did I miss her too?
No, Audrey, she wasn't on today. She said she told me she won't be able to make it today.
Barbara, let her know. I'll shout out Miss Barbara because Miss Barbara be on her be on this HubSpot. So LaWanda, you know HubSpot? Good. So Michelle, you know how to contact me if you need it, girlfriend. I got you. Because I know Miss Barbara does it very, very well. I love looking at her. She'd be amazing with them pictures. Okay, so this is the HubSpot. So that's the first step. So now you probably like, well, Janae, you don't have a date on here. I don't. Y'all didn't catch my boo-boo? I haven't published this, but that's my boo-boo because that's the reason why I figured out, oh my gosh, I double booked myself. I was like, I can't put that date. But we went into culture holidays, which is the step in between step one, the original basic step is because when you're going into culture, right, you have to know exactly culture. Holidays. I don't know why when I'm typing it in, I can never just do the right thing. I want to give it everything, but no, that's not what I did. Did I just do that? Okay. No, I got a dashboard open. Culture. Holiday. Do it right? Da, da, da. So this is where you would go so you can pick your date. So when you're going and doing your HubSpot, you got to make sure you have a date on your HubSpot. Okay. Make sure you have a date on here. I don't have a date, but how people gonna book your September what? September, you got to give them the date so they can know. Okay, if you don't have the dates, put September 2024, right? So they kind of know the year. You don't, if you don't have the particular dates that you want. So I can change this, but I don't want to do September at all. So I got to pick a different month. And when you're picking the time and the place for a location, what are you looking at before you're picking the dates? What are you going to Google? It could be raining, it could be hot as heck. So you want to know what about that place before you say the date you want to go. Did somebody say weather? Oh, weather, absolutely. You want to make sure you know what the weather is. You want to also make sure whether or not it's peak, high season, or if it's low season. And my culture holidays, do y'all culture holidays be acting up and be spending a lot too? Or is it just be me and my internet? I just be like, Lord, help. If someone has cultural holidays up or can bring it up and then share your screen, I would be very, 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 very appreciative. We're looking for South Africa. And then I'll share the screen with you. And then let me try my other. Sometimes Chrome doesn't act right with it. So let me try Safari.
Which one? Which Africa trip is it?
Oh, if you share the screen, I think we picked one, but I have to look at it. Are you there already?
Yeah.
All right, let me share. That's Michelle, let me share, give you co-host so you can share your
Who is
screen.
the Cape Town one?
It was the which one, Miss Renee?
Cape Town.
Cape Town. Okay, Michelle, you should have access to share your screen. I'm gonna stop my share. Ready, Lamanda, I will be flying into Little Rock on Sunday. So I will be there for a couple of weeks, so I will see you.
Okay.
Share this thing has screen started. I love technology. It won't let us be fast.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Mm-mm.
So now she's just gonna, then we're gonna do South Africa.
So it's not just your site because I just got booted off.
Oh, for real? Anybody else? Y'all, I mean, like, culture
There it
holidays.
is.
Oh, they got it. Yeah. Oh, one of my business partners gonna be super duper excited. She's from Tanzania. All right. Here we go. Y'all, if y'all don't jump on that Tanzania is beautiful. Okay, so which one? Was it the spectacular South Africa? Oh, go up, let's see. It was the fam trip one, let's go up. Culture House, South Africa. Yeah, it was the South Africa Delights. It was that one. Cape
This one?
Town. Mm-hmm. So view details. So as you guys can see, This is the itinerary. This is what you're gonna use as your source, as your all that you're going to use the information from to copy and paste and go into Travel Joy with it. But scroll on down. Did anybody tell me what's the good time to go to Africa so we can know what dates to pick? Or select. Somebody be that superstar student and find out. We're waiting. Super duper star student. Look at that. She multitasking, y'all. Woo. Best time to visit Africa. Let's find out.
Between July and November.
July and November. Okay, so let's go check out these dates for culture holidays. What do they have and what do they say? What do we have that's going on between July and November? And then while we at it, let's see if they broke out their they still got 2024. All right, so we still got some stuff available for 2024. So July, right? What's in July? July 27th. So I got Bali in May. That's May, June, July, August, September. I got July, August, September, October, November. I got Greece in October. For me, I'm booked for a group. I can't do a group for this. I can only go myself. But for you, if you're not booked, then between July and November, I will have to go for myself and not a group. So let me see. I'm seeing September. I'm going to buy October is Greece. I would probably pick May, June, from July. Let's look at July. What's going on in July?
And so if we're not going, we can't do a fam trip, right?
Yeah, you can do a fam trip. Oh, that was a good question, LaWanda. They changed the rules. So yeah, you don't have to go. What I do, I get tour coordinators to go on my behalf. If I can't go, I'll get a tour coordinator to go on my behalf. If you haven't been before, or if you want to do a group. But if you just have a few people that's going on a fam trip, not a group, then yeah, definitely. Let's pick July 27th. It's the summertime. That's $13.94 for Asian rate, 17. Oh, did you do your upcharge automatically in here, Michelle?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither. I always forget myself. But the $13.94 doesn't change. That's the Asian rate. So I always say add to. So anybody else got it differently? If you're doing this on your
I have $13.94 as well.
what do you have for the companion rate? 17?
$15.04.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, what date was it?
the July 27th.
I think I have a
Yeah,
$200
$15.04.
in here.
So yeah, Michelle has her upcharge already in there. Good job, way to go. So her price point will look differently. So now we're gonna take this information and we go to Travel Joy with it, right? Because that's what you're using and that's what you're guiding from is from Travel Joy. I'm telling you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So the 17, I think it was 1704 I was seeing where it said guest price. Is that what we add to? Or they don't get the agent price per person, or do they?
No, they don't get the agent rate. They're gonna get the companion rate. So the companion rate actually is 15 what? Who said? I guess it's 1504 because Michelle added a $200 upcharge to hers. So hers say 1704 for her companion rate.
Where do I go? Cause I thought I added $200.
Lawanda, is it Lawanda $100? Okay, we'll show
I said,
that.
where do I go to check? Because I thought I added $200 already.
Okay, so you would go to, you going there, Michelle?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember where.
Go to your profile. Where's your profile? Right there where it says Michelle, yep. And go to my profile. And then on the left-hand side where it says add your markup. Or if you want to do right here where it says add the same markup to all packages, it's going to show like it's nothing there. But if you want to, it's not going to hurt if you put it like you, Lawanda, because Michelle, yours is there, but Lawanda, you wasn't sure. So add whatever your markup is to, and your 1500 should change to a different price for companion.
So if it looks like that, that means I didn't add it?
No, because Michelle's is on there. It's always gonna look like that. The reason how you know you didn't is because like hers is 1700, 1504. And there's anybody else, can y'all go to your Africa trip and check your price to make sure it's 1504 too? I just bought mine up on my iPad, so I'm going there. Give me just a second. But if somebody's faster than my internet, it'd be so helpful. But that's why I stopped adding my markup because I couldn't remember what the regular price was. And I was like, oh, can't remember. So I'm just gonna take my markup out because this is I don't know if this is, I should have added another $400, but I don't want to shortchange my time. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So I took mine out. That was just me because I couldn't remember. But if you are better, then you can go ahead and keep it going.
Oh, you can add it right here, add and edit it right here too.
Where you at, babe?
On the home screen, it says add or edit your markup.
It should take you right back to where you were. Good job, shortcut.
Mhm.
All right, okay, this is exactly where it took me. Looks like my iPad is doing a little bit better. And my computer, isn't that amazing how certain devices on that you own do better on the internet than others? It's crazy, but it's the truth. All right, so now from here, we're gonna go to Travel Joy. Since
I can stop sharing.
you can stop sharing. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. I was doing really good. I promise y'all, it was just acting right. Now I said something and jinxed me. Okay, well, while you're debating on whether or not you're gonna put in. All right, I'm gonna start sharing my screen to Travel Joy because now I can I'm multitasking and answer some other questions on Travel Joy specifically. So let me jump on here with my Zoom. Join this meeting. Second. Hold on, type this in. 6, 9, 3, 0, 8, 9, 0, 4. Okay. Let's see. Let myself in. Okay. Audio. Let it. Let me share the screen. Self-focus. Now it's shared. All right, someone wants to ask some questions about Travel Joy, so we'll do that. Because my lovely, uh, lovely Culture Holidays. Oh, hey, he did it. All right, so let me bring that up on the view. Y'all see how Cultural Holidays do deals of the week. Get $200 cash back on a blissful Barcelona trip. Deal ends, da 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 da. You deals, deal. Get flat $800 off on booking a Culture Ghana trip. Deal ends. This is what I'm talking about for like Black Friday. And also pay attention to Culture Holidays for Black Friday deals, okay? Pay attention to what they're doing, and pay attention to what trips they got out there. Some of the trips that may seem like a little out of pocket, out of range for people, become in range on their Black Fridays. All right, so here is Culture Holidays, and this is what we use to, you know, to go by, right? I usually like to download the itinerary sometimes, or try to print it out. They had a point, had it to where you could download it, but I think they took that away. It did. Oh, here it is right there. Download itinerary. So then if you get stuck or whatever, you got to sign back in. You see how they take forever. So I just download it so I can have the information. And so now I'm going to go to go to Travel Joy. And I want people to understand, you know, you can, let's just be very clear. You can do Travel Joy and you can avoid the convenience fee if you don't do a direct booking. Like if you just do supplier only and you want to do the credit card authorization form for that person or the individual or whatever, or however how you want to do it, or you just want to avoid the convenience fee overall for a group, you can do credit card authorization, but you cannot make it be direct booking. Do you understand what I mean? Because a direct booking, that's Travel Joy giving you the access to move your funds, transfer funds, do all of this, which charges, they have fees that are charged. They do credit card auto payments and stuff like that they got to pay to the credit card companies when it comes to that. But if you want to remove all of that and not have convenience fees, then you would do it the traditional way, which they will upload their credit card authorization. And then you would have to call directly to that supplier and you would have to make those payments for that individual or for that group. So I want to be very clear because someone was saying, there's a way you can go into Travel Joy without convenience fees. Absolutely, it sure is. I just don't ever go that route, nor do I ever train on that route, because most oftentimes a lot of people are doing this on a part-time basis and they just don't have time. They don't have the time to be doing 10 different payments, or you know what I mean, with 10 different credit cards. It's not just one credit card. So I just want to share that with you guys, just in case anybody just thought, no, we couldn't. Yes, we can. Miss Renee, you got your hand up?
Yes, I do. I had it up for a minute, so you might be kind of past this part. But when y'all talked about, I know you said a year out, then y'all started talking about, well, if it's a fam trip and it's not that many people, can you tell me like the difference? I guess the fam trip is cheaper. I don't really know a lot about that.
Yeah, you hit it right on money. Fam trip is cheaper and it has more people, which makes it more cheaper. So then you look at a signature, you looked at a signature trip, for example. I can play now. So if I want to go back on the list, they got the fam trip and then they have a signature trip. And then they have these group trips.
And it says it right. I'm trying to look at it. It's going kind of fast. So it's say fam trip, signature trip, buy it or something.
Right there. Yeah, you see it right here, top right-hand corner, next to 38% off. You see Culture Holidays fam trip.
Oh, okay.
And then it says signature tours.
So that's less. So with the fam trip, how many people can you take?
They used to have a max of 30. And now they say if you do more than 30, call them, you know, they're sharing the love or whatever. So you can go over 30 if you have over 30, but you just need to let them know that you have over 30. Because you maxed out at 30.
And then you, whatever trip, you always can do your markup on the fam and the other ones.
Mhm. But as you can see, based off each trip, the prices are different. Signature trips are supposed to be more excursions, and the group is not as large. Same thing with group trips. See, this one's 8 days, 7 nights. They're not as large as a fam trip. On a fam trip, you can have anywhere from 100 plus people on the same fam trip with you. On the signature trip, you might have 12 people, you know, or 30 people total. Group trip, same difference. If you got your own group trip that you're doing with Culture Holidays and you have a certain amount of people that you want to go, they can keep those group trips particularly for that group. So, but as you see, prices get up when you're going into signature and you're going into group. So that kind of affects your price point if you're looking at the average cost of what your upcharge should be, but they're still under the average cost to go to Africa for this amount of days, and that's the price point that you're wanting to be.
What's the minimum for a fam trip? Is it a minimum and a maximum? I know the maximum for each one. I heard you say that, but what about the minimum?
Nope, there's not a minimum.
Oh, okay. So they took 2 or 3 people. It's still the same 10, 22.
Yeah, because what they do is for the fam trip, like you can go by yourself. Like I go on fam trips a lot with Culture Holidays by myself. And that's the perk of a fam trip, is it allow people who travel by themselves to be with other people. It's like you're part of the group, but you're not with the group, if that makes sense, but you're not left out either. So I'm one person, right? And say they got, like in Dubai, they had a group of 4 or 5. I was added to that group when it came to the excursion of the 4x4s in the desert, in the sand. So I got to be in one of their cars because they were a smaller group. Then they had larger groups. There were like 30 that all came together, you know? So it kind of puts you in a realm that you can be with somebody. So I always do fam trips for sure for people who travel solo but don't want to be by themselves. At the same time, they don't want to wait on anybody else to go on their trip either.
Okay, I got it.
So you can do 1 people, couple, but I always tell your couples or groups or 2 people or 1 people that, hey, this is a fam trip. It's going to be other people there with you. You're going to be going on a group with other people. So just keep that in mind. All right. So now here we got Culture Holidays. What you're going to do is once you bring up, y'all know they now put your logo on there. Y'all see that? Boop, boop, boop. So this actually is so cool because this is exactly what Travelify would look like before Culture Holidays would put their stuff on there, and then I would have to take it and edit and put myself. But now I don't have to because they give you your own logo on top of it. The only problem is sometimes the verbiage is just not where I need it to be, so I still have to make some edits and adjustment to the description. But if you don't want to, you can actually send this right here as is, or you can upload this as is into your Travel Joy. Did y'all know that? Boop, boop, boop. Just like so, and all my information is at the bottom. Bam. So I could upload this as is as a proposal to people who are looking for a trip. And I have done that when people ask for multiple destinations and they want to pick up destinations. I have done exactly this. Went to Culture Holidays, got 3 destinations, did A, B, C, pick one. And they've been able to go through just this generic one. And then once they pick one, then I go and break it down a little bit more on the itinerary. So that is another way that you guys can absolutely share Cultural Holidays itinerary. All right, so I don't think did I get to South Africa? No, I don't think I did a South Africa trip. But what I did do was, what I want to take a copy of. I believe in cloning. I don't like to like reinvent the wheel if I don't necessarily have to. I'm just trying to remember which one was the latest and greatest that I did. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But let's see. Oh, this is the latest one, I think. So as y'all see, I kind of keep my things the same as far as the templates go. I did put some special notes in here. Note this itinerary can be adjusted to your preferences and activities can be added or removed based on your interests. I did put in notes for a hotel because of what happened with the Sheraton and the Paramount. I put accommodations or hotel listed can be changed to a similar star rated hotel. So people won't just get stuck on that one hotel. And so now I'm gonna duplicate and clone this one because I think this is one of my most updated ones that I've seen that I added some stuff to. Later date or person. We click here for more information, click here for more information, visas. Yeah, so I added some more stuff to, all right. So I'm going to duplicate this one because I like to not have to redo a template. So if you already have a trip that's already made, just like HubSpot, you can clone a trip that's already done, or you can duplicate a trip that's already done, right? So I'm going to go here, back into view group for my glorious Greece. And I'm going to go into my group files and I'm going to go hit where I published something and I am going to duplicate. And then it's going to say, select where to create your duplicate booking. And I should have actually put one, but I'm going to do test. Right here, my test group, and I'm going to duplicate it there. So here in my test group, I got a lot of tests going on. So here, what's today? October the 8th, group booking page. It has a draft right here. I'm going to click on it and look what it's going to be. It's going to be my Greece. So if you have a trip that's already done, then all you need to do is duplicate the current trip that you have. If you want to kind of keep the same template and you don't want to really change too much of anything, and then go and then copy and paste and go accordingly like that. Like if you just want to keep the same, like, but I usually do like Word or whatever, but this is just for your informational awareness that you would copy and paste. And so you would just copy and paste the information straight from your Culture Holidays right here, like so. But before I do, I like to use my good old Chat GPT. Y'all know that. And here's the problem with this too. I will tell you, like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to, this is if you have Adobe. So where I can actually, copy the words to it. Sometimes it'll work better when you put it in an Adobe format, so where you can copy and paste it. I said on purpose. Bless you.
Oh, Lord, I thought I had this on mute. Sorry.
All right. So sometimes it would allow you to edit the PDF and you can add your, this is what I was telling you, you can add text. But in this form with Culture Holidays right here, it'd be so difficult sometimes to just copy and paste. This is what be irritating me about it. But I mean, it's much better than what it was, because now it actually prints out and you can share like that. But it makes it a little bit harder to copy and paste the document because it's like a scan format. You know what I mean? So it forces you, for me, to go to Culture Holidays and to go straight to not the downloaded version for the itinerary, but the actual itinerary version on the site and copy and paste. And I do that in a Word document back and forth, and I don't care. I just copy and paste everything. And then I just put it into Travel Joy accordingly. Now, everyone on here, I believe, has done Travel Joy. So we're not going to go in detail with it whatsoever. We just want to put in, here's the steps. This is where you go. And this is the trip that you want. And now you're going to use the template that you've already used from a previous trip. If you already have a previous trip, just duplicate that same trip and have that same format and just copy and paste. Font will probably be the same for you. But like I said, I'm going to go back in here so I can show you real quick. Okay. And then I like to run things through my friend Chat. Good old Chat, my friend Chat. Oh, as we see, come on, Chat. And I like my good old friend Chat to tell me to rewrite and paste and put in. Lovely. I'll take it. And I'm just going to simply copy and take that and put it in my Travel Joy, right where it talks about and you can edit and fix and make it all pretty the way that you want to. After you've done what you need to do, like I said, I normally copy and paste to my to Word, then I turn around and do it here. Does anybody have any questions? Y'all professionals. I still ask them for an undo button though. So that we can have, if we make mistakes, we can have the undo button. Right here, I want to make you color. I don't want you to fill in, I want you to be white. Okay, of course, nothing's working for me. All right, there you go. So that's how you copy and paste and do your Travel Joy. Now, someone asked about, is she still on here? Shalandra, are you still on here, Miss Lonnie?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to get to your questions. I did not forget about you. I saved the best for last. Let's go for it, boo.
Thank you. So, hi, good evening, everyone. My question was, I think you may have answered it
earlier, but I'm not sure. With doing the groups, with cultural holidays, and we do direct.
Uh-oh. Shalon, is it me or it's coming in and out?
She's coming in and out.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's breaking up really.
Okay, Shalondra, I
Are
found
you
you're breaking up, Mama, but I found your questions, and then you can put it also in the chat. One of the things Shalondra wanted to know was
able to walk us through like what a phone call would be like, since everyone is using their credit card, it will probably be declined, and then there's a process that we have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
what happens with the direct deposit, am I right? The direct supplier invoice.
Right. So you had broke up a lot throughout that, but I found your question when you said to make a quick run through Travel Joy and making group payments through culture holidays and what that entails. The tips and procedures regarding credit card usage versus group fund payments and what we should share with our clients before taking payment. So, all right, gotcha. So when I said, hey, earlier, you have an option to do a convenience fee as direct booking, which that's my only option whatsoever that I do. But you can also have that, you can do direct with the, where you can do the credit card authorization and they will provide you the information and then you call the supplier, right? So here's the other thing, when you're talking with your clients and they say, okay, what's this convenience fee? Because it always comes up. I like to tell people the convenience fee is like what you would do when you go to going to a store, and the store may have a sign on it that says minimum is $5 because there's a convenience charge every time you swipe the card to that store, right? And so they need to make it worth their while in making these payments on these convenience fees if your minimum is a certain amount. So sometimes it's $5, $10 because their charge can be $3. So they won't be just not making any money off the product that they sold. So, and that's just how technology is with credit card companies. They charge the supplier, the vendor, or whoever, and hence entails it does charge the clients or the consumer. Sometimes people upcharge their sales and their products by including that inside of it. But as you see, the convenience fee is there and it has a little information tab. I don't know if you guys ever saw the information tab going in from the template site. So let me see. That was not. I want to show what the convenience fee looked like on a trip, like what the information on the side that the for example, the clients will see. This one's not. Oh, hold on, I got one. Let's do the back one. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. This one, all right, so here on this one, jumping down to payments. So right here, it's very imperative when you're looking at running your clients through this. I like to run clients through it on a Zoom so they can see what it looks like. Just for, for their informational awareness, right? It does take where you have to put in your, gotta go through the motions. But this is something that I do for a client if they really have, like, if they don't understand and they can't find the number or whatever the case, they can't find the information or that little icon right there. Because it sometimes come up, it doesn't come up as much as it used to, but it did. And so that was a good question, Shalandra. So it helps to bring awareness. I was born today, y'all. Make sure I got all the size things that I need. No allergies. No allergies, no medical conditions, no special assistance. Nope. And did a travel advisor refer me? Yes. So I started putting this on for those who haven't booked a trip. Because if you haven't booked a trip and if you want to piggyback on any of my trips, you are always welcome. Because I have it down here, the travel advisor for you. Yes. Then I put their name in, Katrina. Okay. And then I make sure. See, but I'm not telling y'all to not ever do your own trip. I'm just saying. It's helping you out for right now. Oh, I'm test pits. Test P. All right, I think I got every block filled in. And here, continue. Oh, I gotta be, am I global? All right. So you see now how the convenience fee right here came up. So it now shows them what the convenience fee, and then every time you hit the I, my little button is every time you hit the I like to hit this on $200 deposit plus $9.74 convenience fee, because people sometimes think that they need to pay the $94.34 convenience fee all the time. But no, I like coming here and saying, no, this $94.34 is broken down on this pay schedule right here over how many payments? 9 payments. Now y'all see this Dubai trip still is affordable at under $200 to July for someone, all final payment due on August. So right now people can be making a payment on on their Dubai trip. So it's not too late. That's why it's always good to do 12 months out, because they still got time, right? 181, then they be gone, right? But anyway, so that was just throwing that in there. But the convenience fee, as you see, $94.34, and I like to hit the I button under the do now so they can see that it's not $94 that they're being charged. They're only being charged $9.74, because this $94.34 divided by these payments are going to be $9.74 per payment that's added inside of there. And they can always hit the do now button, have the info to be able to see how much the convenience fee, and it's going to total that. And when the convenience fee is larger, like it's big when it comes to like multiple, when you got 3,000, 5,000, because it's a surcharge of a percentage of an amount. So it seems huge. They're like, oh my God, I'm paying an extra whatever. But like here in Costa Rica, whenever you're using a credit card, it's 13% additional tax added on to that. But you see, there is no tax added on to these trips. Do y'all see that? Did y'all notice that for culture holidays? Didn't notice that, did you? There is no tax put in on these trips whatsoever. So I tell people, hey, for culture, especially for culture holiday trips, this is great because you're not paying taxes. So all you have to do is pay convenience fees. That's a good thing. So that's one way I do explain it to them too, as well as the, going into the car dealer, not car dealership, but into a store and seeing the minimum amount. Then one of the other ones is how does it work for tips procedures for credit card usage versus group fund payments. So when you have a credit card from an individual, for example, and they are using their own with culture holidays in particularly, even sometimes here in Costa Rica, I have encountered it, but they will decline you because it's international. Like, so then you have to get in contact with the client and ask the client, hey, can you please let your bank know that we're trying to run your transaction? And depending on when your client get back to you or when, it's hit or miss. Most times, the most efficient way is to have your client on the phone, have them to call the bank directly. You push the button so they can know whether or not, it went through, which is annoying. So when you use the virtual credit card, me personally, I haven't had any issues with decline. I did on this, not this last group, but the group trip beforehand, it declined my card. I was like, oh, what? It declined a virtual card? How could it, right? So then guess what I found out? The virtual card can only be used one time. If the supplier tries to use that same card, they didn't do the full amount or whatever, say you got 5,000 and they ran it for 2,500 and they try to use that same card number, it's going to decline that same card number, unfortunately, because it can only be used one time. So that is the reason why any virtual card will get declined, because it can happen, but because it's only can be used one time. So that is one of the things that why I use the credit card versus group fund. Use group funds versus credit card, is to eliminate that process of back and forth and having to get the client involved with their bank to do an international payment. Shalandra, if that answered your questions, can you put in the chat? Like, yes, thumbs up.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. It does. I'm just
You're breaking up, honey.
because
You're breaking up. Shalandra, you're breaking up.
Encouraging us to. So I just want to make sure that if we want to do the direct, no.
Girl, that's so weird. You broke up for the majority of the part and then you came in clear on the end. Talk again. Shalandra. Because you said something, you just wanted to make sure.
Are you you able to hear me?
Okay,
Yes, I can hear you.
okay.
Yeah, we're having communication. Hear you. You're breaking in and out. But I think if you heard the last part, I just want to make sure that we know our options, but also I want to be sure what IntelliTravel is requiring of us if we're using Travel Joy and booking through Culture Holidays. Thank you, everyone.
When you say you want to make sure that you're using what IntelliTravel ensures, the biggest thing about IntelliTravel is in IntelliTravel with anything is making sure you use the credit authorization form. Remember, the virtual card is not your bank, it's not in your bank account, it's in a holding status inside of Travel Joy's bubble. So the money is not going to you whatsoever. Do not, that's why I like it to be held in funds and group funds, because you can track where the money goes, period. You can track whether or not you plan it out to a supplier. Do not get caught up in being out of compliance, because you got to, if anybody comes at you crooked, left way or right way, saying that you took some money in and you wasn't supposed to, you taking money and you're paying a supplier or whatever, no. You go and you can print out a report directly from Travel Joy under your reports. It's right here. I'm gonna show you guys. When you go home, you want to make sure, see these direct payments, right? These direct payments will show where and how and where the money went, along with the card that was used. You see that? Documentation beats conversation any day of the week. So if anybody say left or right or something's wrong on your part, what you're doing and how you doing it, you just make sure you got your ducks in the row, because you can pull and you can put this in an Excel spreadsheet and send it to compliance or whoever you want to send it to or whoever you want to prove it to make sure that you know that this money ain't going to you. Does that make sense, everybody? But I always am a firm believer, keep separation of church and state apart from you, period. I hope that helps.
Janae, is somebody getting sued for this? Travel training, last week, somebody was being sued.
Who's being sued?
Shanika said some, over 200 and some $1,000 that somebody's being sued. A couple of agents are being sued for doing just what you said not to do.
Get caught up in the okie doke. Look, if you're doing the right thing, there's nothing that you cannot prove and pull out. Travel Joy is set up, it could be used for bad. It really can. If people have it in their head, they can get away with it. So again, don't get caught up in that. Make sure you are doing what you need to do, and that money is coming to where it needs to go to and going to the supplier that it needs to go to, period. If you are doing that, you can pull the information, you can send it out to whoever so they can check it and make sure that it is what it say it's supposed to be. And you can find all your stuff under reports, direct payments, bank transfers, funds, all of that. It'll be there for you to see, or for anybody to see. So just know everything is documented. That's a hint, and a clue. So I don't know what's going on with whatever I'm like a little ostrich, put my head in the ground. But whatever they got going on, if they can disprove that they done those wrong things, then hey, Travel Joy got Travel Joy back. I don't know, Travel Joy ain't got nobody else's back. They just make sure they got their ducks in a row when it comes to providing the information. And so this is how I do, and this is what I do to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And also with that credit card authorization form as well. It ain't been like Eventbrite yet. I ain't got a memo from the higher ups that be that says don't use TravelJoy like they said don't use Eventbrite for Planet Marketing. So I ain't heard that yet. So we ain't there. I'm about to jump on training right now in about 2 more minutes. So all hearts and minds. Okay, let's see. We can pay cultural holidays with a virtual card one time when you use it. So like, right, for example, like, so what I usually do is I make payments in increments, you know, like for groups. So Shalondra, what I'll do is the deposit, for example. I make the deposit for cultural holidays in one big, huge, massive payment. Like if I got $1,000 sitting in my funds, I would go ahead and pay that $1,000 to cultural holidays for the initial, because it's going to hold my space in my spot. And then when more people start making payments and everything like that, then I'll make another payment to cultural holidays. Sometimes for me though, I just do the first deposit because it's just easier for me. I do the first initial deposit for cultural holidays, and then I do the last deposit for cultural holidays, giving everybody plenty of time from the start to the finish to be able to make payments. And as new people are coming in, and I'm adding more spots to it, then I'll put them in as another initial payment for, you know, to get more rooms if I've already exceeded my rooms amount. So it's been working that way really good for me, and it keeps me on track. But you can break it up and do it however you want. But what I was saying about the one card usage is when you go in your funds and you go to create a virtual card and you say you got 500 in your pot, you're going to use the $500 and you do it to the cultural holidays. You got to use it for if you decide you want to use it for $250, and then you say, oh, I want to do another transaction on that same card for $250, then it's going to decline it because it's only going to give you one card number per transaction, and it's only going to allow you to use it one time. So if you use it for $250 and then you want to do another one, then you got to go back and do another virtual card. What happens immediately is if that card was for $500 and you only use it for $250, then $250 is going to be returned back to you. Yep, $250 is going to be returned back to you, back to your funds, and you're going to see $250 sitting there because it wasn't used. So you can create another virtual card to use it. Good deal, good deal. Okay, great deal, great deal. Ooh, I have to ask Battle what's going on with them folks and what's happening with the stealing, or not stealing, but whatever's going on. All right, time to jump on the next travel training. I will see you guys then. All hearts and minds clear. Catch the replay on the YouTube underneath Janae Pitts, the travel vet, and you'll see it there for you. Good night, everybody. It was nice seeing you, ladies. See you same time, same bat channel next week.
Good night.
Bye.